99.7 FM.
Nobody can do me like the way you do. All my life, Lord, I'll go there for you. You changed my life, you turned my life around. Give me a new song.
All praise and thanks to God.
Give me a new song to sing.
Always a new song to sing.
Turn my life around. Hey.
My name is Nortey.
Song to sing.
The reason why on a Sunday afternoon. Still, amen, always. It's a grim week for me. Started with my dear mother on Monday. What mala maju? That's what she told us. Always God. OG music with Mala. Lord.
Joy 99.7 FM. Joy 99.7 FM. Joy 99.7
Okay, business of
FM.
the day. If it impacts on your health, your well-being, we'll definitely talk about it. We started the year speaking with our obstetrician gynecologist Michael McCarthy of the Sinal Specialist Hospital in Tema, Specialist and Family Hospital in Tema.
Joy
I've got 5
99.7
people who won
FM.
Healthy Secrets last week. I will name them. And those of you who were, diligent last week, Michael McCarthy gave out the web page for Sinal Specialist Family Hospital and how to get the wellness checklist for women. If you can give me any of those chapters within the next 10 minutes by WhatsApp, I will give you a copy of Healthy Secrets.
Joy 99.7 FM. Joy 99.7
We're doing a wrap-up
FM.
on setting goals with your obstetrician gynecologist for 2026. And I'm happy to have my brother in the studio, Dr. Michael McCarthy, Sinal Specialist Hospital.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Right, Mike. Your mic is away from you and you're called Mike. Just turn it towards you.
I think they should do.
Yeah?
Awesome.
Right, great to have you. Just bring it up a bit. Everybody tells me when I take pictures with you, you're so tall.
Is this fine? Can you hear?
Yeah, Ziggy, can you boost
Can
Mike?
you hear this?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
good. Right, great to have you.
Thank you. Condolences on your loss.
I know.
It must be hard.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard, but son of a gynecologist and a midwife. So I continue to give birth.
That's actually a very healthy perspective.
Right, alongside
Yes.
you.
Yes.
But great to have you. So last week we looked at setting goals with your obstetrician gynecologist.
Yes.
You gave us a lovely, wonderful checklist which covers most things and indeed captures action plans. Now,
Yes.
I'm going to tease my listeners because we gave out your web page
Yes.
and we talked about some of the headings in there.
Yes.
So anybody who can within the next 10 minutes send that to me, you might just find yourself with a copy of Healthy Secrets by Professor Alex Dodu, the extra and the, I think, ultra. I've got the copies here. Okay, so Mike, we're going back, but you also whispered something in my ear as I entered the studio.
Something awesome.
Right, share with me.
Well, I think that sorry, let me just open this. Now, there are, as far as your health is concerned, Nortey, there are 5 people you need to have in your corner
5
this year. 5 people.
Right.
As far as your health is concerned.
5 people who
5 people
must be in your
who
corner.
matter
All right.
for your health.
Okay.
And so as we are planning Yeah, we talked about gynecological health and so on, but I mean, it was obvious in our discussion yesterday that life is not all about gynecological health, but it's much broader than that.
Right.
And planning for the year, we should look at the 5 people that we need in our lives from the health point of view.
Okay.
And if you don't mind, let me start with the first person. I don't know if anybody can guess those 5 people and send us those the list.
Okay.
Then maybe we could get a competition going.
Right. As long as far as your health is concerned,
As far as your health is
5 non-negotiable,
5
essential
non-negotiables. They must
people.
be in your corner.
Okay, shoot.
The first person you need to have in your corner is your dietitian.
Dietitian.
We should change that, right?
Okay.
Your dietitian.
Right.
You need to have your dietitian, visit your dietitian, have a consultation with your dietitian.
Okay.
Many people have goals. Somebody has a goal of losing weight.
Right.
Another person has a goal of increasing her weight this year.
Okay.
And then they start to try to do it on their own. I always get amazed when I speak with my dietitian, Reverend Dr. Stephen Nortey. He's just awesome and fantastic. In fact, we've had him on this show before.
Right.
A few years back. And he always brings in very important aspects. You may be having a goal of maybe building muscle this year, but what is your diet?
Right.
You need to understand that. I mean, how many grams of protein do you need in a day? In fact, how even if you are not building muscle, how much protein do you need to take in a day to maintain your muscle mass as you are growing older, and so on? I've met a number of people who have anemia.
Okay.
How do you eat to manage anemia? Yes, people say, "Oh, this is good for anemia. Take berry," and so they blend, they smoothie, they boil, they tea, they do everything.
Okay.
But what is the perspective from the real dietary point? Are you doing it right?
Okay.
You know, people go on all sorts of diets which may not actually be very healthy for them.
So essentially, what you're saying is that we are what we eat.
Your
if
diet is so important.
If we are serious about our health, we must have a dietitian in our corner.
You need one.
2026.
Yes.
If we don't have one, Dr. Michael McCarthy is telling you, number 1,
you are
dietitian.
in trouble.
Okay.
Yes, look, you may need to protect your bone loss.
Okay.
Especially as a woman, as you are growing older in menopause.
Okay.
How do you prevent bone loss?
Okay.
It's from your diet. What
Diet.
are you eating? And then you say, "Oh, calcium. Oh, I'll chew this and that." And then you think that, oh, because you've taken a few more of certain food types that people think have a lot of calcium, you should be fine. And then your dietitian tells you, no, you need 1,000 milligrams of that plus vitamin D.
Right.
And then he shows you how to get that, how to add supplements, and so on.
We take that. Dietitian. Next one, number 2.
Dietitian.
Right.
Extremely important.
Okay. Especially if he's called Nortey. Or Naughty.
Naughty, yes.
Right.
All right. The second person, and let me go back to the dietitian again.
Okay.
Many people have pre-existing health conditions, which have a very huge dietary aspect: hypertension, diabetes, irritable bowel syndrome, peptic ulcer disease, and so on. And so getting a very proper and appropriate diet is key for those people. They may be on medications and so on, and they have to have their dietitian. All right, let's go to number 2.
Right.
The second person you need to have in your corner is your physical therapist, walking partner, gym buddy, gym trainer.
Okay, you're going to go past 5.
No, this is one person.
One person.
Yes.
Okay.
Remember,
they may be a qualified physiotherapist. Because you said physical therapist.
Physical therapist, physiotherapist,
Walking buddy.
gym trainer, and so on. You need to have that person in your corner. Remember, we're all different. You know, some people are battling sciatica. Some people, they just want to build muscle. Some people are battling neck pain. Some people want to keep up their blood sugar, and so they do a certain number of walking steps a day.
Yep.
So it depends on the kind of space you are in, where you want to be. For example, you want to do 15,000 steps a day
Joy.
or 3 times a week.
99.7 FM.
And you are doing this alone. What do you think will happen? You do it for a while.
You need an ambassador. You need a model of hope, a model of vision.
Exactly.
Right.
It's like you do it for a while, and it gets to a point where you wake up in the morning and say, today I will not walk.
And then the person is at
But
your
if
door.
you have a walking buddy,
Hey, are you awake?
you are not doing it, you are going to walk. You
Right.
know?
Okay.
I mean, my walking buddy is Mrs. Georgette McCarthy. And
The Minister for Interior.
yes, and it's important because on the day we are supposed to walk, you know, if I don't feel like walking, you will walk. If she doesn't feel like walking, she will walk.
Okay.
So having
That is the McCarthy theorem.
a walking partner
Okay.
does help. Do you, for example, have a way you get out of bed that is healthy, or do you get out of bed with a system that rather destroys your back?
You know what? You just reminded me of a training program we did with one of the banks. I think it was a central bank. But we're talking about how to get out of bed. And we had a physiotherapist, we had me, and then I think Philip Amu, public health specialist.
Public health specialist,
And
yes.
we're showing how to get out of bed. And then one woman raised her hand and said, please, I'm facing the wall. I'm next to the wall. So what you are saying and talking about, I can't do it because he has me against the wall. So I can't get up the way you get up.
So you planned that. You
Right.
even planned that
Where you put the bed.
where you put the bed, and that helps you because you can destroy your back just by how you get up every day.
Okay.
And you do that multiple times in a day, depending on what is happening.
Okay.
These days, I meet a lot of women who have insomnia. They are not sleeping well because they are using their phone too much at night.
Okay.
They're using tablets and so on. But the problem that comes there is also the posture when you're using your phone. And you know how you use your phone, your neck is bent, your shoulders bent down a little bit. You don't usually, do it that way.
You are sharing your secret.
Yeah, no. Just walk through town and watch
I know.
people using their
Yeah,
phones,
yeah.
and you see posture number one happening. I was in my office and somebody came to tell me that, Doc, you're not sitting well. Have you ever visited the physiotherapy to say, I want to know whether I'm sitting well? How can I sit well this year? How can I make sure that my posture is correct? So this is the second person that
Your
you
physical
need.
partner.
Your
buddy.
physical partner, your mobility
Right.
ambassador, as you
Okay.
said.
Right.
Yeah,
Number
that's
three.
the second person. Number three is your GP, your nurse, your midwife.
Okay.
You need this person in your corner.
Okay.
Your GP, your nurse, your midwife.
This is universal. It's not just women. Oh,
Say again.
the 5 is for everybody.
Everybody.
Right. Okay.
Everybody, including children.
Okay.
You need your GP, you need your nurse, you need your midwife. You need to visit this person at least once this year. If that's your only goal, I think it will go a long way
Right.
for you to plan for your health. Visit this person. Yes, it's obvious if you have a physical condition, you have an appointment, so you need to go. You need
Right.
to have that, but you may not have a physical condition that you are aware of. But you still need to go.
Okay.
You still need to go and do your health check. You still need to go and check with them. Or maybe you have a problem. Instead of waiting for a long time before you address the problem, have this person in your corner and see the person this year.
Right.
They act like gatekeepers. Like the starting point, the point where they can see what the problems are and then direct you to get further help.
Okay. All right,
So
just a second.
yes.
26 minutes past the hour of 2, Joy 99.7 FM, Ultimate Health. We are talking about your planning with your obstetrician gynecologist. Dr. Michael McCarthy is just going through a list of 5 persons, critical persons, essential, non-negotiable persons you should have in your life for 2026. He started with a dietitian. He went on to your physical motivator, your body, your, the person who makes you move, gets you to move. And then now he's talking about your physician, your midwife, your nurse. Okay? So we're not lost yet. We'll come back. Okay? If he doesn't come back, I'll move him and I'll be number 6. All right. Henrietta Mante says, good afternoon, Nortey. Your voice has changed this afternoon. Condolences to you and family. Henrietta, you share my mother's name, but you do know that. My mom is, and will forever be Henrietta. Yep. Okay. Blessed Sunday, Nortey and McCarthy. Dr. McCarthy again. Once again, so sorry. You promised me a copy of the book last week. Prosper, I'm listening. I haven't given the list. But when you messaged last week, I said you have prospered. Okay, Prosper. So don't shake me, okay? Megale swerve. Don't shake me. We won't swerve you at all. Okay. Right, Doc, continue. Prosper is checking to see if the pink sheet has changed.
Yes, he doesn't want to lose something positive.
Okay.
Yes, and so these people check out your general health. Obviously, if you are pregnant, you need to have your midwife in your corner.
Right.
Don't make other people your midwives. Listening to stories, listening to videos, listening to other people who are not qualified to be in your corner. Yes.
As I am qualified to say, they even are wanzams. My mother zapped quite a few people, right? Including a nephew of mine who she couldn't understand why he wasn't circumcised yet. Oh, quickly, bring him. Zap. So midwives do many, many things, including some general conditions as well.
Yes.
They don't mess around.
Yes, and I think this we need to understand this so that we get our information and our care from the right source.
Right.
Rather than looking for the information and then become so. I have people who come in and they are so scared about one thing or the other. And then you try to find out, why are you so afraid of A, B, and C? And then they tell me the story of what they watched, what they saw, what their auntie told them and all that.
Okay.
So in your corner, you need to have your GP, your nurse, or your midwife because they are qualified to be in your corner.
Okay.
The rest are your fans. Okay. Let them watch, let them cheer you on, let them tell you whatever they have to tell you. But have these 3 people in your corner.
Great.
That's number 3.
Right. Number 4.
Okay, number 4, and this is extremely essential. You need to have your psychologist, your therapist, your marriage counselor, basically your mental and emotional stability partner.
Okay.
You need to have this.
Right.
You see,
list them again for me. You started with psychologist.
You need your psychologist, your counselor, your therapist, your marriage counselor.
Okay. The reason I asked you to list again is that some people think that my spiritual father or my Osofo fits this role. That's why I asked.
Yeah, that's important.
Okay.
You need to use these people. I'll give you an example. Somebody says that my heart is always beating. I'm there, and then my heart starts beating, and I know it's because of the coffee I drink.
Okay.
But when my heart starts beating, I can't function properly.
So you're talking about an awareness of your heart beating,
yes,
which we call a palpitation.
Yes.
Right. Not
the awareness. We know your heart beats.
Your heart must beat.
You know your heart is beating.
When you become aware of it.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for that. That clarification. And then so the person says that, well, I think it's the coffee. I have to stop drinking coffee. And doesn't stop drinking coffee. Okay. And I say, why don't you talk to the psychologist? And they find out that she has an anxiety disorder. Okay. And that was reducing her function and creating challenges and problems for her. She was avoiding certain places because, it was getting the symptoms and so on. So meeting the psychologist helped her identify what the problem was.
Okay.
You meet someone who tells you that in the morning, when I wake up in the morning, I try to find an excuse not to go to work, not to go to school. Okay. I am already demotivated in the morning. Yeah, I get up because, I have to, I have these responsibilities, but I really don't want to get up out of bed. In fact, I didn't even sleep really well last night. I'm putting on so much weight. I think I've done a lot, but I don't really feel really happy. You know, I've done this and that to solve the problem. Long and short, the person has depression.
Right.
And needed proper intervention, a proper diagnosis made, a proper intervention, and bounces back and becomes productive, and so on.
Okay.
You know, and this is men, this is women, and so on. Maybe you tell us about depression in children, which you probably know more about.
Right.
But not just that. Some of the issues there have to do with also with marriage strain, their relationships not going well. On the outside, the marriage looks fantastic, nice and beautiful, but on the inside, they are not able to talk about difficult issues. They are angry all the time. Issues are happening. You probably just need a marriage counselor, a marriage therapist to come in, you know, and try to address a few things. You know, I've seen people who are addicted to various things. Could be a lot of people these days are addicted to their screen, you know, using some of the apps, and it's like they're just going on there. They don't even know why they are going on there, and you know, it's just there. And
we have a whole range of addictive behaviors. There's addictive shopping, online shopping. Click, 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 click. You've already spent 4,000. Just because somebody put a handbag up, and then from the handbag, you know, there are people who are also addicted to, you know, it's become a dependency or an addiction. Some of the gambling we have, some of the forex trading, many other things. So there's a widespread of addictive behaviors, and many people might note that the terminology now has changed to dependency. Right, rather than addiction, which has more of the medical model in it. But yes, I can assure you, I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, and I think that it's important you have this person in your corner, because you need to solve that thing this year.
Okay,
you need to sort it out this year.
It's not part of you.
It's not part of you, and it's reducing your functions. Sometimes even reducing your credibility, and so you need to address these issues.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
So that's the fourth person.
Fifth person.
But you know who the fifth person is, right? You know who the fifth person. The fifth person is your gynecologist.
Alrighty.
Your urologist.
Right.
And your pediatrician.
Gynae, urologist, and pediatrician.
You need to have these people in your
Your
corner.
plumbing is important, eh?
Extremely important. I mean, it affects everything
your
else.
Your biological plumbing is important.
Extremely.
It relates to your reproductive functioning and many other things, even your self-esteem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Even your sleep. I mean, you meet people and they tell you that, look, I get up 8 times at night to pass urine.
Okay.
Then how long are you sleeping? Because that means
how far away is the toilet?
Yes, exactly.
And is it a public toilet?
You see, even if you are using a chamber pot beside your bed, that is waking up once every 50 minutes.
Okay.
That means you're never getting into your sleep cycle.
Your gynecologist,
your urologist, and your pediatrician.
And your pediatrician.
You need to have them in your corner this year.
Okay.
They will address a lot of issues for you. They will very specific. You see, these people are very specific people. They are very specific on the things that they will deal with, and the things that they deal with are common issues.
Okay.
And because the things that they deal with are common, we think that we can handle them on our own.
Right.
Until it gets so bad.
Okay.
Your menstrual flow, I'm fine. I use 2 maxi pads and 2 Pampers. I'm okay. She's over bleeding, obviously. But she's fine because she's managed to control the issue.
It's a new normal.
It's a new normal.
But it could also have been there all the time. So she's accepted that this is how much and how seriously.
But when you go in deeply, you realize that it's been changing.
Okay.
She's built up the protective mechanism to this point.
Right.
You see, so if you're using 2 pads and Pampers, it means at a point you're using 2 pads only. Okay. And you realize that Pampers didn't work. And so there is a problem. You're a gentleman and you realize that it's not happening very well in bed.
It is called
Things are not going.
doomsaw.
Things are not going very well.
It is called doomsaw, and it is not power shedding or load shedding. Okay, that's what Dr. Michael McCarthy is politely talking about. It's not a joke, is it?
No, it's very serious. In fact,
When it used to surprise you, even when you didn't want it to be there, then suddenly
you are calling for attention and it's not coming to attention. It's a problem.
Okay.
Pediatrician is important because let's remember that children are not just small adults.
Okay.
And so to deal with children, you need to understand how children work, how they function, and very properly and appropriately approach them.
Charlie.
So it's very important that you have a problem with the child, please, the pediatrician is in your corner.
Okay.
Go straight, talk to them. Don't just go to an outlet and then decide to buy
need to
some
know
pasta.
how to talk to children. I once
Even that,
had
yes.
a kid in GIS, I remember, about 6 years old. And he'd already told me that he loves being with grandpa, but grandpa locks him in the room and goes out and comes. So grandpa obviously is kind of a custodian, but to make space, he locks him up and then he goes and comes. He said that. Then I asked him about his birthday, and he gave me specific date. I was impressed. So I said, "Oh, which year?" Then he looked at me as if I'm queer, and he says, "Every year."
Of course, it's every year. Nortey should know that.
I thought this guy has the month, the date, and everything. So let me just see how sharp he is. I said, "Which year?" And he says, Every year."
But that's correct.
So you do need how to deal with kids, right?
Exactly.
So your pediatrician must be in there.
Yes.
Okay.
So these are the 5 people that you need to have in your corner this year.
Great
If you
stuff.
have these 5 people in your corner this year,
Okay.
then you can plan your health. You
Okay.
can plan what you want to do, how you want to do it.
Okay.
And you will
I
be
have
successful.
Nana Kwesi on WhatsApp. I know he was in my list somewhere. He did WhatsApp last week, right? And he said, you mentioned bone loss. Is it specific, restricted to women, or is it general?
No, everybody can get bone loss, depending on what is going on with you. Some disease conditions accelerate bone loss. Aging reduces bone loss. Lack of physical activity, reduce muscle.
Okay.
Lack of load bearing. So, for example, if you are a man and you have a fracture and you're not moving, you're in bed for 3 months to get that fracture to heal, you get bone loss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Okay, let me do the pink sheet from last week. Winners of Healthy Secrets by Professor, my buddy brother, now that he has delivered, Alex Dodu. Ultra and extra I have, and I'm giving them out. So I had 20 copies. Last week, Akosia, you sent a WhatsApp, okay? And you felt that your question or your contribution was not aligned to the topic. But you shared, and Dr. McCarthy also shared. You talked about hot flashes that are very embarrassing and many other things. So, Akosia, you got one last week. Your number 243189596. Okay, before somebody josses me about the pink sheet. Prosper in Dakuman. Prosper. Yes, you prospered. Okay, I got you here. 554370002. Okay. Nana Kwesi just asked about the bone loss. I think you were in there as well. Yes, you got it. So your number 545929798. I think the 2 others, I think there was Jijo from Dodwa who sneaked in just to say hello. Jijo, come on. Oh no, me and you are fine, but okay. Yeah, you are tentatively on there. And then I think Oye Nafenya also got in there. All right. I asked if in the first 10 minutes of the program anybody could send me the chapters of Dr. McCarthy's women's wellness checklist or the
planner.
The planner. All right. I haven't gotten anybody yet. So I'll find a way of giving out something this week, looking at my WhatsApp and my phone calls. Okay? All right. Blessed Sunday, Nortey and Dr. McCarthy. Sorry for... Okay, I've read that. That's Prosper in Dakuman. Okay. But there was another one up there. Okay, the person is retyping. Okay, so let's come back to this wonderful checklist, right? Which
Yes.
you shared with us. And share the web page again. I know some people still want to go there, and I may or may not give them a book.
Sinelhospital.com. SINEL hospital.com.
And then they will see the planner at the bottom.
Yes, once you open the website, you see the health planner.
Okay. All right. So now that you have seen the health planner, the guys will say health planner, but it has certain, should I say, headings.
Yes.
Okay. And we're going to go through them with the time that we've got left after listing your 5 people. It has certain headings, and Dr. McCarthy will do us the honors, right? But there's an opening advice as to how to use the health planner. Can you just share that with us, Doctor?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So the health planner is just a document to help you to navigate through how you should address your health this year. You know, it's very confusing. Everybody's saying that, you know, you get an annual check, and then people are doing millions of lab tests. Sometimes I'm in the consulting room, and then they come. They've gone to do plenty tests, you know, and say, okay, can you interpret the test for me? And you realize that there are so many other things that we need to look out for,
Right.
not just lab tests. So the planner is a bit more specific for women and gynecology,
Okay.
rather than the general health that we talked about
Yeah.
this afternoon. So you download this planner from sinelhospital.com website.
Yep.
And then you complete it. So you print it out, and you can type in there. Write out all the things that it says, and then bring that to your appointment. So that kind of gives us a starting point for the discussion.
Okay.
And you've also written your
It
questions.
also makes you a bit more committed towards fixing an appointment.
Exactly. And
Okay.
sometimes people come and they have forgotten the question that they wanted to ask.
Okay.
So you write it down.
Okay.
And then use it as a discussion. And so the section 1 talks about what to ask and what to check. So we give you a bit of a list of what to do.
Okay.
And since everybody is different, you know, different things will apply. Then to look at the general, then you look at your menstrual and hormonal health. So what are your challenges in that space? You look at fertility, contraception, and reproductive plans.
Okay.
What's going on there? Lifestyles and daily issues. That's stress, sleep, and so on.
Okay. Let's dissect the first one. Screening and preventive care. Tick what applies, add others as needed. And it goes into the kind of tests you've run over a period. Screening and preventive care. So cervical cancer screening, pap smear, HPV test, date last done, result. Right? So you're filling this for yourself.
Yes.
Assumption being that you know
Yes.
and you've done them.
Yes. And then so now if you don't know, then that is a point
It
you
means
want to
it
ask
hasn't been
about.
done at all.
Yeah, then you need to ask
So you
about
need
it. So,
to
so it's there both for you to keep a record,
Okay.
but also to prompt you that, do you know about this?
Okay.
And so you can then go and ask.
Okay.
on
Let
your
me
visit.
activate the phone lines. I've been too happy with Uncle Mike. 030-221-6541. 030-221-6541. WhatsApp is still active. 055-11-11-997. The program is Ultimate Health, your ultimate guide to healthy living. This and every Sunday, 2:05 with me, Nortey by nature. My elder cousin called me and said, now I am proper Ganyu. When both parents or one of them is alive, you are Ganyobi. So his way of, sympathizing with me is that Biane Ganyojibo. You are no longer Ganyobi or the child of a Gan. All right?
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So, yes, phone line 030-221-6541. Ultimate Health on Joy 99.7 FM. WhatsApp is 055-11-11-997. So, the first section is asking about tests you should have done. When did you last do them? And what was the outcome or the result? Okay, so you're putting in this for yourself. Breast screening is there. I see sexually transmitted infections, STI screening. And again, the screening you did last time, and
That's important.
right.
Remember that you also need to look at your circumstances to understand how to fill this. So
Okay.
let us say you've never been sexually active and you are not sexually active at the
Okay.
time. Then you may not think it important to do an
Okay.
STI screening. or if you're in a very stable relationship and don't have any cause to think that you are at risk, you may not find this section important.
But please, teacher, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Okay. These days, and because of that, sexually active and sexual activity. Some people say, I haven't really done the full thing, but I've done these other types. Or I use toys, and so on and so forth. All of these can expose you to some extent or degree.
Exactly.
So
true,
when you say screen for sexually transmitted infections, some people say, well, me? Where? When? Who? Right? But they've done some of these things and they don't consider themselves sexually active.
Yes.
Right. So this screening, these tests are important.
They are important. And remember also that you can get sexually transmitted infections also through birth.
Yep.
Okay. And so, for example, people get hepatitis,
right,
HIV from their parent.
Vertical transmission. Mother to child.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
People get some of the sexually transmitted infections through blood transfusions.
Okay.
So even though they are called sexually transmitted infections, that's because that's their major mode of transmission. And that's how you used to classify them.
Okay.
But there are other things also around that.
Okay.
And so there's nothing wrong with doing an STI test, even if you don't think you are at risk.
Okay.
So that you can understand your status.
Okay.
And it's good even to have a negative status. Let's say you do an HIV test and it's negative.
Right.
It's a good point, and it's a discussion starter.
It makes you want to keep it negative.
Exactly.
Right. No position is permanent. Okay.
Exactly.
So you may seroconvert. If I remember my HIV training in Uganda, you may seroconvert because you've had exposure.
Exactly.
Okie dokie. 2:48. Joy 99.7 FM. The program is Ultimate Health, your ultimate guide to healthy living, with me, Nortey by nature, and Dr. McCarthy by nature as well. He's with the Sinel Specialist Hospital. We're running through planning with your obstetrician gynecologist. Phone line is active 030-221-6541. WhatsApp is active 055-11-11-997. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. Let's hear from you. Right? Yes, Akosia has sent us a message. She's grateful for her book. She wants to know how to get it. We will get you the book, or whichever way you get it. Okay? Right? And Prosper and the others as well. Okay? I've got your numbers on my phone, so you can't dodge. I will hit you with the book. Exactly. All right? There are a couple I may want to give out. So, Doc, we look at, I see blood pressure there as well. Last blood pressure, last done result. Blood sugar is also in there. Okay?
Yes.
So, your blood sugar and so on and so forth. Bone health assessment. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so you remember I told you that there are certain people you need to have in your corner, and one of them was your GP or your nurse, your midwife. This is giving you a direction on some of the things that you should do.
Okay.
But these important people who are in your corner will then sharpen your focus and look at what you have specifically and say, hey, you need also to check so and so. So you could look at the bone health assessment there, especially in people who are older and at risk of osteoporosis.
Right.
And then you have to look at the history of the person.
Okay. And here I have somebody on the line. Let me just quickly try and say that, right? Hello?
Hello, Nortey by nature.
Yes, you said Nortey by nature. For that cry, I should give you a book because you didn't say naughty by nature.
No, Nortey by nature.
Nortey by nature. Yes, sir. Who am I speaking to?
We are talking to Bishop Asante
Bishop.
Mampong.
Oh, as for you, Charlie.
Yes.
In fact, because you are called Bishop,
Yes, sir.
I'll find a way of getting you your copies.
Okay.
Right. Share with us, Bishop.
Yes. I just want to say that this issue about bone issue, those of us who are old, about 60 and the rest. When you started, we have some small light of. I heard something like you say you are eating calcium, your diet, and the rest. But I don't know if you can shed more light on that for me.
Okay.
Because some of us think that, well, age goes with deterioration of the bone, but if there's a way of eating some foods to make them strong so that little accidents do not cause any fracture in them.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Right, great stuff,
Thank
Bishop.
you.
I will
Thank
bring my dietitian, who is in my corner, Wise
Yes.
Lecha, right, to go into those. There will be definitely some bone loss, but again, you can mitigate that
Yeah.
through dietary, discipline, right? So that's what he was talking about, okay? So that's Bishop in Mampong, all right? A great fan of the show as well. Phone line is active, 0302216541. So, yes, so bone health and...
Yeah, let me just add a little bit about the question he asked about the bone
Okay.
health. So yes, it has to do with the diet, and as you said, you bring out somebody to talk about that. But not only diet, it also has to do with your physical activity.
Yeah, okay.
And that is where, especially as a man, as you are getting 60 going, your physical activity is important.
Leave us alone.
Some weight training and building muscle
Right.
is important, because we start to lose muscle as you get to that age, and so
Okay.
building muscle
Okay.
is also important.
Right. You mentioned
bone
vaccinations in
loss.
there as well. Vaccinations done. Also important.
Yes.
Right. Why so?
Vaccinations help to prevent the diseases that you are vaccinating against.
Okay.
So that when the body encounters those diseases, the body is kind of ready
Okay.
to defend.
Okay.
So things like hepatitis B.
Okay.
And a lot of these vaccines are against diseases that cure is a challenge.
Right.
So like hepatitis B, vaccination is better than treatment.
Okay.
So
And you need to know your status as well.
you need to know your status, and also if you're in a high-risk profession or in a high-risk occupation, you need to have hepatitis B vaccination. It's not just hepatitis B, even though it can be sexually transmitted. It's not just only sexually
Yeah,
transmitted.
yeah.
It can be transmitted by a very close contact,
Yeah.
and so on. So if you're a health worker, if you're working in a mental institution, if you're working in things where you get in contact with
So this
people
is
like
important
the
for the
prison
woman
service.
who is planning with her obstetrician gynecologist.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Dorothy said you didn't mention dentist in the list of 5.
Yes.
She said she caught the tail end, but she didn't think she heard dentist.
I'm happy that you've brought up this issue. Remember that the 5 people you need to have in your corner is not an exhaustive list of people that you may need to see to address your health.
Okay.
And I agree with her. There are other people. You need to talk to your dentist. You need to talk to your eye specialist, your ophthalmologist.
So long as you are having them and they are in your toolbox, we're happy.
Exactly.
He
You need to
listed
have
5.
them.
Yeah.
So dental, yes, extremely important. Eye specialist, extremely important. But the key thing there is that ensure that you see your GP, and your GP or your nurse or your midwife, that's the person number 3, should now prompt you and push you to the
Right.
appropriate
The appropriate
space
referrals and
that you need to be.
spaces.
And there are so many other specialized areas that people may need to have help from.
All right.
And they will come in when the need is.
Okay.
Yes.
Dorothy, we done that, and hey, Dorothy, I'll give you a copy. Okay, I'll list that. Right. Let's quickly look at menstrual and hormonal health. All right. I know that's a whole area for a chap like you, right?
Yes.
But there's 2 sections: menstrual and I'm saying mental. Menstrual and hormonal health, and then fertility, contraception, and reproductive plans. Can we just wrap those? We have a couple of minutes left. So
Yes.
let's say.
Sometimes it's difficult for people to talk about these areas, and they tend to forget the important things. And so this list kind of picks up that and helps you to take and write down that I want to talk to the gynecologist about this. And so you put in that record
Okay.
and tell us what your period is. I mean, people come in and they don't remember their last period.
Wow.
And I open my notes and tell them what their last period was that they told me the visit before.
Okay.
So some
For
of
a
these things,
second, Michael, I thought you said you open your nose.
my notes,
Your
notes.
I'm like, hey, these gynecologists.
They are wild. No notes. Because you
Notes, yeah.
need to write this down. This is information that if you don't write it down,
Okay.
if you don't use an app to track, if you don't write it somewhere, you tend to forget or make
Okay.
mistakes
So
in
your
it.
menstrual history.
So it's there, so you
and-
write it
and
here.
Hormonal.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
When you say hormonal,
What kind of stage are you in? Are you a breastfeeding mother?
Okay.
that's a kind of a hormonal
It tells
state
us
that you
what
are in.
hormones are
Yes.
active.
Are you perimenopausal?
Okay.
Is this somebody going through her puberty?
Okay.
Is this somebody having irregular cycles, and so on? So
Understood.
kind of try to see where you stand,
Right.
and therefore what are the things you should ask and what are the things you should talk about. Remember, this
Okey-dokey.
list
It's for
is
you.
to be a discussion starter
Yeah.
and a guide. Yeah.
Okay. Use it to light a fuse. Okay. Use it to
Yes.
light the fuse. Okay. So your fertility, right? Your contraception and reproductive plans. Are you planning to get pregnant within the next 2 years? Are you planning to delay pregnancy or plan your births? Are you currently pregnant or after pregnancy or postpartum? Are you using contraception, contraceptives? Have you ever tested your fertility? Do you require counseling in that regard? Fertility preservation. Are you taking something out to store it or freeze it or whatever? I believe that's what that one means.
Yes.
Yep. And then completed childbearing and planning long-term care and other reproductive plans. You should list this ahead of your appointment.
Yes.
Wow. Hey, then that appointment no be joke.
Yes, but you may realize that nothing in this space is relevant to you, and so that's fine.
All right.
Or yes, I need to talk about this. And it may just be one thing we are talking about.
Doc, I mean, there's lifestyle and daily realities, and then of course known previous medical conditions and so on and so forth. Okay, and then we get health priorities for the year. So you yourself, right, as the service seeker or the patient, right, or patient to be, you must have some health priorities in mind for yourself. Is that what it means?
Yes.
Right.
What do you want to achieve this year? What's your plan? And so some of the things in there, managing menstruation, managing fertility or pregnancy,
Okay.
managing your general energy and so on.
Okay.
So it depends on what you want to do. So
Okay.
yeah.
Right. And then practical strategies for follow-throughs. What exactly are you capturing there?
You need to ask yourself what's important. So somebody who comes in with irregular menses, your plan is like the number 4 there, to keep a simple health record.
Okay.
Find an app. There are so many apps you can do that. Or attend the specific follow-up appointments that you have.
Okay.
Sometimes you give appointment to people and they don't turn up for 3 years.
Wow.
So this is kind of like what do you need to follow through with?
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Great stuff. There I see barriers you need to address: your own time constraints, your financial constraints, your fear, anxieties.
Yeah.
I mean, things that would prevent them from coming to see you in the first place.
Yes.
And they must list.
List them for yourself. Some of these are psychological things to help you to realize what your problem is and
Okay.
what you bring your own solution.
List your own barriers, all right, before you go
Yes.
looking for your OB-GYN, okay? Mindset check. Tick all. My health. Okay. That one is like affirmations, right? Tick all. Are you sure you're not all these 5 people in one, Michael?
Yeah,
Right? And then, of course, action plans. And there are things about booking the appointment, completing certain tests, and so on and so forth.
And the action plan is kind of your record.
Okay.
So that record is being filled before, it's being filled during the consultation, being filled afterwards.
Okay.
So it kind of gives you a record of what you are supposed to
Okay.
be doing and whether you've
Okay.
achieved it.
Great. We're out of time, but I guess you could actually structure using this as a template, one for other doctors or specialists you have to see, and
Yes.
arrange your questions and inquiries and so
Yes.
on and so forth.
Yes.
And thus start thinking about tests you should have done or may have done and so on and so forth. So this is actually a treasure.
Like a template you can use even for other things as well.
Yes,
You can
and we'll use it for the next
construct, yeah.
next elections. We'll use it. We're out of time, but Michael, the last thing I want to ask you: planning with your obstetrician and gynecologist for the year. Is there any age at which a woman does not need to see you? Say, I mean, I've passed this OBGYN, my breath, or I'm old, or I'm out of a certain phase. Is there any stage where a woman can say, hey, Michael Oye?
Well, So there is
as quickly as possible. Yeah.
there are some tests that end at certain ages. Like if you've had normal pap smears after 70, you not have regular pap smears again,
Okay.
for instance. But definitely, if there are problems that come up as a result of obstetrics and gynecology related issues,
Then
would love to see you at any
still-
time. Yes.
You're still welcome at Sinal Specialist Family Hospital. Dr. Michael McCarthy will be there with his excellent team. And they keep on growing. I loved your website, by the way. I loved it.
Thank you.
I loved your website. And I'm going in there so that I can ask you more questions.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Many thanks, Dr. Brother Michael McCarthy, consultant obstetrician gynecologist with the Sinal Specialist Family Hospital in Tema. We've been looking at planning with your gynecologist for the year. We hope we've informed and indeed transformed you. His name is Michael McCarthy. My name remains Nortey by nature. I'll take this one by Joe Metal and Akasi Brimpong. It says, I am blessed, and I believe I'm blessed. I'm so blessed. Take and stay. Don't go away.